Hey, what's up everyone? This is Zarina, your Upland newbie, bringing you the floor today, January 26th in all Upland cities. Have a couple things to talk about. I have the nodes. Let me go ahead and spread that out, the node update for you. And I do have the structures listed right now in UPX and in USD for those nodes, so you can take a look at that. I didn't say whether or not they have gone up or down, but you can take a look at my last video and you can judge for yourself. Some of these have gone down quite a bit on the actual structure side, but I believe that's because people have probably built some micro houses. So if you're down with a micro house, then you might be down to go ahead and buy one of those structures that are that small. I like them. I think they're cute, but I think they had their place. I think their place is on a property that can only fit that kind of property. Otherwise, if it can fit a larger property and you stick a micro house on it, it's not for me personally. I don't buy those. I think that's kind of a waste of space. But yeah, just one thing to keep in mind if you're looking to get into building a meta venture or of any sort, then how big your property is does tailor or go tie into how much merchandise you can hold. So you want to probably have a bigger structure so that you can hold more inventory. Buying your micro house on a big property, again, waste the space that you could otherwise use to build a bigger structure and hold more for a business. Otherwise, it's up to you. If you just want it so you can vote in the neighborhood, it's a good way to get in. So like in Portage Park right now and in Avalon Park in Chicago down there, structures, actually, so in Avalon, it did actually go down on the dollar side. And I want to say on the Upix side too to get into their structures in that neighborhood. So this might be a good time for some people to get into Avalon Park. It was really expensive a little bit ago. So I definitely think, this is probably something for people to look into. Elsewhere in the nodes, let's see. Monero's going down again. You can see that they've gone down. You can see both. Last week they were down both sides, and again this week too. Kind of sad to see it. We have a big holding in that node, but we also don't own every property, so we can't stop some people for selling, for what they want to sell for. But I think once we get a good hold of all the properties or most of those properties in the node, we'll be good with our floor being more consistent there. So anyways, this is the node for you. My other news that I thought we should talk about, let's go ahead and just get rid of that, is Elijah Judas. If you didn't see, there was an actual announcement about it that Lisette put out. Let me see if I can get that to show for you guys. Oopsie. Hang on. Let's see. It's so far down in the picture. There it is. Lisette from Upland actually announced it. Like, she actually brought out and gave it a shout out, which is really cool. Welcome, we like to take a moment and officially welcome the Real No Gallery to Upland. If you go to Elijah Judas' property in El Sereno, so back to that node, if you go, and that node has gone up, by the way, so get there before it goes even further up, because now that Elijah Judah has brought a huge spotlight to the area with the very first real interactive place in Upland, he has a link right on his property. It goes, this is like, the first of a long way forward he's going, but it should give so many people just like a lot of like hope for Upland, because if more creators and developers bring these experiences or these ways to get to, outside of Upland into art galleries and things like that, and or movie nights, it's like people are really going to love this game even more. So thank you to Elijah Judah for bringing Upland the Real No Gallery, and if you haven't already, do check it out at 3152 Boudreaux Avenue in Los Angeles. It's in the El Sereno neighborhood. If you just want to float on over to Los Angeles, like look over the map and go to the El Sereno neighborhood, if you don't remember the address, just go ahead and scroll over the map. Make sure you have your borders and locations turned on so you can just scroll over and make sure you can see the neighborhood El Sereno and look for a purple dot. That purple dot on the map in the El Sereno should be his location, and if not, try a different purple dot, but I believe that is his. So definitely El Sereno is the place to check out. Drop by. You might be able to hook up and talk to people, lifetime and chat with your avatar there. Also check out Ready Player Me if you haven't already. Get a free avatar made of yourself. You can even take a picture and kind of make sure your avatar look like you, and then you can come on over to Elijah Judah's Real No Gallery and check it out. All right, on to the floor, which I know you've been waiting for so patiently. Here it is. Here's where we're at. So one thing we want to look at is I had to take off Buenos Aires. There was no more FSA properties that I could find. I found it was pretty much minted out, or at least not showing up on upxland.me currently. Also, Queens went down, so they might have some new FSA players or new FSAs that dropped. because they were saying randomly FSAs would just be there. This might be the case, or maybe these are like just some expired visas. I didn't check to see this time because who knows, and time is short. So, this is where we're at. And I'm going to go ahead and say take a peek and call it a night. Good night, Upland. I'll see you guys later.